The eclipse countdown, 7 days. That was all the world had left. 7 days until the final eclipse. 7 days until the prophecy awakened completely. 7 days until the truth could no longer hide. And somewhere beyond the veil, something was counting down. The skies changed first. Every sunset bled crimson. Every night strange lights moved across the stars. People began dreaming the same dream. A girl made of light, a man made of shadow, standing before a broken gate, and a voice whispering, choose. No one knew what it meant, but everyone woke up afraid. Liora refused to waste another moment. For years she had run from her power, hidden from her destiny, doubted herself no more. If the world was ending, she would face it standing, not hiding, not running, standing. She followed the fragments of her mother's memory, the broken pieces left behind before the portal closed. Each vision led her farther north to a forgotten place. Even the oldest maps refused to name. The hollow sanctuary, a place abandoned centuries ago, a place connected to the veil itself. As she approached its ancient gates, the air became heavy, almost alive, watching, waiting. Then she saw something carved into the stone. Not words, names, 3 names: Liora, Enjar, Veil. Her heart stopped. How could a ruin thousands of years old know that? Far away in the Shadow Kingdom, Ixar was running out of time. The darkness inside him was changing, growing, evolving. Every day the Shadow Queen tightened her control. Every day the whispers grew louder. Every day his memories became harder to hold. Worst of all, he was starting to forget Liora. Not completely, just pieces. The sound of her voice, the way she laughed, the feeling she gave him. And that terrified him more than death, because somewhere deep inside he knew forgetting her meant losing himself. The little girl with the lantern found him again. You're disappearing, Nixar forced a smile. No, but the child shook her head. You are, and for the first time. Nixar had no answer. Meanwhile, Veil uncovered something hidden beneath an ancient temple. Something he wished he had never found. An untouched mural, older than any kingdom, older than the veil itself. At its center stood 3 figures, one surrounded by light, one surrounded by shadow, one standing between them. Veil, his hands began trembling, because beneath the mural was a message written in a language thought extinct. He translated it slowly, and the more he read, the paler he became. No, the prophecy had been wrong, or rather, everyone had been reading it wrong. The danger was never Liora. The danger was never Nixar. The danger was something else, something waiting for them to come together, something sleeping behind the veil, something that wanted to be awakened. That night, all 3 of them looked toward the sky. Liora, Nixar, Veil. The eclipse had already begun. A dark shadow slowly moved across the moon. parted. Then suddenly the world shook violently. Mountains cracked, oceans rose, portals erupted everywhere. Hundreds, thousands tearing open across the world. People screamed, kingdoms panicked, and from inside every portal, the same voice echoed, a voice older than darkness itself, a voice that should not exist. I am awake. The sky split apart, lightning exploded across the heavens, and in the center of the largest portal, a giant eye opened, watching, searching, hunting. Liora froze. Nixar staggered backward, veil dropped the ancient prophecy, because they all realized the same thing at the exact same moment. The thing behind the veil had been waiting for them, waiting for Liora, waiting for Nixar, waiting for the final eclipse. And now it knew exactly where they were. The giant eye slowly turned and locked onto Liora. Then it smiled. To be continued. What do you think just awakened behind the veil? Is it the true villain, or something connected to Liora and Nixar? Follow for next chapter. Share your theory before the final eclipse arrives. By Divine.